All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex couches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives experiences and sexy adventures and ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And today on our Wednesday Quickie, we're going to be talking about mental health.
Mental health in the lifestyle.
I feel like this shouldn't be a quickie.
No, it shouldn't be a quickie, but frankly...
We could do multiple quickies.
We can always bring it up again, but
okay.
I don't know. I just felt like it was something that's worth talking about because it's not something that's talked about often.
Oh, for sure.
Especially as it applies to the lifestyle.
For sure. It's not.
And I recently did some content on that on my TikTok, and I was like, you know what better to get into than mental health and lifestyle. It's something that I've brought up before, and I don't think that people really think about it until it affects them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people keep it in. They don't want to express how they feel or what's happening in their brain or whatever. So, yeah, I could see that. Because they want to be positive, especially in the lifestyle. You want to be positive. You don't want to bring any negative, what people think would be negative. And
for me, I just don't want to sound like a whiny bitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically what it comes down to. That's the internal voice in me. It's
me too.
I want to say this, but I don't want to sound like a bitch. Now, we've attempted to do this show before, and we scrapped it because we did a whole show on this, and I remember stopping, I was like, I just feel like I'm just complaining, like, nonstop.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't like the tone of the show.
But I think you weren't doing it on mental. You were doing it on something on this way, but not like this. Nothing like
well,
this.
So this is a bit of a different spin. Now, I will tell you that there are a couple of different situations that I have seen in talking with a lot of the different couples that we talk to and a lot of the singles that we talk to that I see often bringing depression to people. The first big situation that I've seen often by couples is when one partner isn't really into the lifestyle as much as the other partner.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we want to
that.
be supportive of our partner if they're doing something, if they want to enjoy something, whatever.
I feel like I've been there. Yeah.
I know you've been there.
Yeah.
And I see it a lot. We've been told this by a lot of couples.
Yes.
Where one person just isn't as excited about it or isn't enjoying it as much as the other person.
Yeah.
And it really sends people spiraling. It sends them into depression.
It does. Yeah. I could see that.
I mean, you were a part of that at one point. How did you feel?
Well,
like, for example, when we were poly.
Yeah.
You knew I enjoyed being poly.
Yes.
And you couldn't stand it. And for 5 years, you played that role. And I know you went through a depression on that.
Oh, yeah. What's your question? How did I deal with it?
Yeah. I mean.
I didn't.
I
didn't deal.
Really?
Yeah. I kept it in. Yeah.
The whole time until the very end.
Yeah. Like, I didn't talk about it at all. And if I did, it was brought up very negatively and more of a fight than anything else. It wasn't anything, I didn't bring it up in a positive way. So I didn't really talk about it.
So would you say that when you were you depressed that entire 5 years that we did it? Or was it something that gradually got worse?
No, when we started, it kind of happened in little fragments, in little sections, and it just got worse from there. So I felt like I was always competing, which I was not.
No.
There was never competition.
No.
But I always felt like I was competing for time. I always felt like I was competing for attention from you, which I wasn't even lacking. I just felt like I needed to be more, I don't know, more aggressive. No, that's not even the right word. So what happened was you would go out with somebody and I would see how happy you would be. And then it would get into me that I didn't make you that happy, even though I know I did, made you more happy.
Right.
But then I didn't understand. So then that's when you start talking about your self-worth and you're like, if he really wants to be poly, then I guess if I don't want to lose him, it's kind of like, you ever had someone that cheated on you? Or I don't know if you were ever this person. And you're like, or maybe like your ex said, you can go cheat on me, but stay with me.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much how I was feeling. And then I would think, I'm not that person. So then I would detach myself from
kind of
disassociate. There you go. From the situation. And then kind of go into myself. And then just be like, oh, well, I mean, I never got to the point, well, let's do this and it's okay if I'm unhappy. I got to a point where it was total opposite when I moved here. I was so depressed that I was like, I mean, I'm going to tell him I don't want to do this anymore. And if he wants to break up with me, well, then he's breaking up with me. I'll let him be happy.
Yeah.
I got to that point. And then when I told you about it, I still had to do a lot of work on myself. But I think I was pretty much depressed or not happy throughout the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't for me.
You know, and I really don't like to discuss it all that much because I know where it puts you. But
Yeah.
I utilize it as a good example because that is a situation that happens to a lot of couples.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily the poly situation,
Yeah.
but even like the lifestyle situation or even the poly situation. I mean, that's
Where
the thing
they kind
about
of do it with.
and they just hold on to it. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this depression takes over.
It
And
does.
before you know it, it just becomes a way of life.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to wake up not feeling good.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to sleep not feeling good. And
And
you're going
it's
to feel
true.
this way all day long.
It's true. Yeah. No, people, they don't know they don't know how to communicate. And that was me. I didn't know how to tell you, oh, we're not going to do this.
Now, as soon as we had the discussion and we decided we weren't going to be poly anymore and you
Yeah.
realized that was going to work out better, how quickly did your depression disperse?
Honestly,
Yeah.
after a couple of weeks, a couple of days of talking to you and you're like, I'm fine. It's okay. Because I'm a pusher. It was fine. I felt like a big relief was just taken away. Sometimes your reactions aren't the best, so I have to remember that too. So like, I think we stopped everything.
We stopped everything
And
for like a week.
No, it was longer.
Nah, it was a couple
The
weeks.
swinger part was longer. Yeah.
No, it was a couple weeks, and I tell you that because I wanted to stop everything for a long time, and it was a couple weeks, and you came out and you were like, I don't want to stop that part, and I was like, we literally just stopped. Like, are you
Yeah.
sure? And you're like, no, I don't want to stop that part. I just don't want to be poly anymore.
So I guess then is whenever I was like, okay, well, this is still fun. But yeah, it was a big weight off my shoulders because I was like, dang, I really did not like that.
Yeah,
It's gone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but like I said, that's a really good example of what a lot of couples are dealing with. Now, I know that there's another situation that people deal with in lifestyle, and that is not feeling wanted.
You went through that.
So I have been through that. I know a lot of people that have. I used to say it was a guy thing, but it is
No,
not.
it is not a guy thing.
That was just ignorance on my part because women go through this as well.
Yes.
Where they do not feel wanted by people.
Yes.
In the lifestyle,
Yeah.
and that's a hard
Pill?
feeling. That's a hard feeling.
It
because
is.
you can't say it's a fact because most times it's not a fact. Most times it's just a feeling that you have, and maybe the timing's not right, or there's people that aren't vocalizing it, or whatever the situation may be. It's usually incorrect. There's very few times that people can walk around this lifestyle and straight up say, yeah, nobody wants me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's such a vast and large and diverse
Community. It is. Yeah. That there's probably
There's a pot for every lid.
Yeah. And also, I think to add to that is you have to be cool and calm, and that's easier said than done. But yeah, there's always somebody for somebody. Like it's always. And I feel like you start like that for the most part. And then when you don't have a lot of connections, that's when it brings you down. But at what point did it fall through? Were you ever on top and then you just decide,
Right. Yeah. And, I think it's tough for people who, it's going to sound kind of weird. So I have never really been the hot guy in my life. And so I spent a lot of time honing my personality because I said, if I'm not going to win them over with my looks, I might as well win them over with my personality. I feel like there's a lot of people who go into the lifestyle who have always had the looks, but maybe not the personality.
For sure.
And then they walk in and realize, oh, it's not just purely based on my looks. I actually have to have substance here.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's kind of a hard wake-up call for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I always found that interesting.
Yeah, I think there's not a lot of women that are funny.
No.
Yeah, so I guess, wow.
Yeah.
That sucks for us guys.
There's some funny women. I think you and I, we go through our cycles of depression, and it doesn't stem from the lifestyle.
No.
But it doesn't help sometimes. We are very, very busy in the lifestyle, and the podcast kind of launches that. But even if we didn't have it, we were going out once every weekend or once every couple of weekends. It takes a lot of headspace for you to be able to remember everything that you got to do and prepare for different parties. And, some days you just don't feel sexy. And some days you're just going through the motions. And it's like, crap, man, I didn't buy anything for this theme night that's coming up. And we ain't got no money for this. And how are we going to pay for the club? Just all of that together it lives in your head rent-free and brings you down, and you have to somehow turn that switch off and go into party mode, go into social mode, and be like, hey, everybody, how's it going? I ain't got a care in the world.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know how you do it.
It's a talent, boo. It's a talent.
It's a talent.
It's a talent. I can do it.
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm useless. When I go through those battles, I always say that the noise in my head overtakes everything.
Yeah.
Like, I can have these intrusive thoughts that are so loud in my head that the person in front of me could be having an entire conversation and I won't hear a word.
Oh, for sure.
And
what did you just say?
Yeah. You've seen me do it, too.
Wait, were you talking right now?
Oh, she's so cute, isn't she?
Yeah. I have to have something going for me.
Yeah.
Did we just talk about that?
Yeah, well, you're funny too.
No, it's you can get lost in those thoughts. You can get lost in the baggage that you have for whatever reason. But like you said, it doesn't always have to be lifestyle based. It could just be life. Yeah. Just life, period. So
but when life happens, it's hard to be lifestyle.
It is.
And that's the thing about it. When life happens, we know a lot of people that go, look, life is happening right now. I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
This is the unfortunate thing for us is that we have a podcast in the lifestyle.
It is, yeah.
So taking a break
is not
taking
as
a break
easy
from
as
this.
It's not as easy as people. God, did we ever take a break?
Well,
we did.
When we
kind
were
of, right?
raising our kids, it was really, really slow
Yeah,
for a
we
good
did.
chunk of years.
Yeah.
I mean, we would literally get out and play maybe once a year. And maybe a few times, 1 to 3 times a year, if that.
Like we didn't really do it very often. So
we were busy raising kids,
and really
life was happening, man. We had a lot of stuff going on.
Life be lifing.
Yeah, I think the only year that we did not play at all was when the pandemic hit and everybody was on lockdown.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had just moved, and we didn't really know anybody. And it was a whole new community.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just, I felt myself getting depressed in that time because I felt very unwanted. And really, for a good portion of our lifestyle up until recently, I always felt like I was not the attracted one or the attractive one in between this
And
couple.
so, that makes you,
That would bring me down.
Yeah.
You know, that would make me kind of not look forward to it so much. And it brought up a lot of triggering feelings from high school of all times.
I remember you talking about
Oh my God.
And I'm very different from that. I'm the
well, you're a bit confident.
no, but like if I'm the I could take it or leave it type of person. So
Yeah, I know. I wish I could have that.
It didn't ever bring me down. It's like whatever, but that's hard too.
That's incredible. You know, the lifestyle can be so amazing, but if you let it, it can also mess with your self-esteem, like big time. And I think this is probably one of the more relatable things that I've said to a lot of people that listen is that it can feel like high school. It can feel like high school for a number of reasons.
Yes.
Sometimes it can feel like high school because of the drama that ensues with people. Sometimes people tend to act like children.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yes.
But also, for me, for people like myself who struggled with their self-esteem in high school and maybe body issues and all those insecurities, if you manage to maybe learn, like for me, I managed to fake it and kind of stuff all of that away in vanilla life so that I can kind of go through my life. But then it's like, the moment we're in the lifestyle, I'm going, oh, this is all out in the open. Like, I'm not feeling all that great. I'm not feeling very confident in myself. And that really just kind of wrecked it, because when you go to somebody that you're attracted to and you're like, hey, I'd really like to get to know you. And they look at you and they go, yeah, I don't think so. You're not my type. Bye. Well, then, that's going to wreck you just a tad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would wreck anybody.
Now, you've never really had that, except for one time. There was one guy who turned you down and you were like, what?
Yeah, but it was like on one of those apps. And I just wasn't interested. And he was like, oh, okay, you're fat. And I was like, what? What? What did he just tell me? And he was just expressing himself. Like, he doesn't want to be rejected.
He didn't know how to cope.
He didn't know how to cope. And that's whatever it is, what it is. But I don't really let people's actions or words do not really hurt my feelings, except for people that are real close to me. So my kids can say something and, oh my God, I could be torn apart.
I know.
You can tell me something and I'll be like, oh my God, what? But yeah, no, I don't let, I am on social media. Yeah. All of me is on social media.
Yeah.
And I do not care. I get comments on there all the time. And some of them are not nice.
Oh, dude, I don't know how you do it.
I don't care. Like,
I wish I could be like you.
I'm happy. So I don't get depressed with how I look. I do personally, but not like the lifestyle is going to judge me, because it's very non-judgy. It's more of an internal me. Like I judge myself, but I don't really get depressed with things like that. Like,
oh, dude, we are very much on social media. We're on every platform. Our podcast is on every platform, and on every platform, obviously comments can be made.
Oh God, I get called grandma sometimes, and I'm like, okay,
dude, I don't know how you do it.
You want to pay me to be your grandma? Because I could do that.
I don't get a lot of negative comments on my socials or on our YouTube, but we have gotten them.
Yeah.
I've gotten negative comments on my TikToks. I've gotten negative comments on YouTube occasionally or on our Facebook page, and it's been very few. But the few times that it happens, man, that sends me into a spiral.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, why is this affecting me so bad? And I'll tell you why. Because it's very personal. And it may not be personal for them. They may just be trolls. But it's very personal for me, because what we put out here as far as our content, this is our lives. This is what we do. This is our relationship. This is our musings. This is everything about us. So if they talk crap about the show, or if they talk crap about our content, they're in a sense talking crap about us. Now, why that doesn't bother you at all? Well, maybe that was the way that you were raised, was to not really give a crap. But I
Yeah.
don't know why. It just
Yeah.
stays with me.
It does affect, well, I am also more of a reactor. So you will just leave it there or delete it or whatever. And I am more of a, oh, really? You really want to call me that? Or you really want to say this? And I'll go find you and I'll go do the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught. If someone's going to say something to you or do something to you, you come at it 1,000 more %.
Well, see, and I'm not
And
that
you're
person anymore.
very
So I used to
different.
be very confrontational.
Yeah.
And I was a fighter.
Yeah.
And I had a chip on my shoulder, and
Yeah.
I was ready. I was ready at any whim to get into it with somebody. I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a dad. I've put all of that on the shelf, and I really, really try not to be that person anymore. And the
You
moment
should try it. It'll help your mental health.
No, let me
Just
tell you
kidding.
something. It's actually very bad because I've had those feelings
Yeah.
depending on the comment, depending on what's been said, depending on how I was treated. I've had those very dark feelings come up where I feel like I'm going to be that person again.
Oh.
And I have to pull back and I have to
I'm-
go, I'm not that guy anymore.
Okay. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
so I'm very scared to become that person again.
And I've always been like this. I was never the skinny girl. I was never the pretty girl. I mean, now I look back and I'm like, oh God, y'all were the ugly people. But I mean, I was made fun of, but from my family members.
Yeah.
Like my self-esteem was low. You've always said, I've always told you that I never thought I was pretty, but don't tell me that I'm ugly. Like that would have hurt my feelings younger. Now I don't care. But geez, my sister would tell me I was fat and ugly.
I think we both got that from our
Yeah.
families. Yeah.
God, my first husband would tell me I was ugly. Oh, if y'all would have seen him.
I didn't get that from my first wife, but I mean, she just pretty much acted like I was ugly. She never actually said the words.
So yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to keep that self-esteem and to still be present in the lifestyle, especially when you're dealing with that. Because some people, we just kind of like, you want to be confident, right?
Yeah.
You want to be that sexy, confident person, but sometimes you just don't feel like it.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what's even worse is if you're feeling depressed for whatever reason, and especially if it has to do with the lifestyle,
Yeah.
it makes it even harder to feel compersion for your partner. It makes it harder to not feel jealous. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like those jealousy feelings will come out
Yeah.
even more because of the way you're feeling.
For sure. Mine did.
And yeah. And
Mine did.
I think that's commonplace.
Yeah.
If you're going through that, it's just going to make things
But
different.
I do know how to, is it compartmentalize?
Compartmentalize.
That word right there. My emotions, how I'm feeling, and every single little thing. I can do that and none of it spills over. I only let it spill over if I'm just like not in the mood to control it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is.
Huh.
I mean, I walked in and I had no energy.
You had no energy.
And now?
Now you have a little.
A little.
That's right.
I mean, it is hard. So like just your mental load, period. You're always, women, we're always dealing with jealousy. We're always dealing with comparison, performance anxiety. That's mainly for you guys, but it's also for us. Like,
do women deal with performance anxiety?
I used to always, even this weekend, I was like, oh man, performance anxiety so much that I was like, not really performance anxiety. No. Yeah. Am I going to get this guy? Is this guy really going to want me?
Oh, wow. I didn't know you deal with that. I didn't think you cared.
I don't so much. Actually, I don't. Let's rewind that. I don't care. I used to be worried. Oh, is he not getting hard because of me? Is that because of me? And I would tell you.
Yeah.
And then I finally realized that it wasn't a me issue. It was
Right.
more of a them issue. But this weekend, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to wet the bed.
Yeah.
I did. But I didn't want to. I was like, and that always makes me feel so embarrassed for some reason.
You know, it's a natural thing, though.
It is a natural thing. And
you know, the tough part for me this weekend, and I think I mentioned this to you when we were on our way back home, is it's tough to be in social settings where people know us for the podcast and content because we have to be on all the time.
Yeah.
And there's really not a time that we can't be on. The only time that we're not on is really when we have nothing on. Like we're here at home, our phones are not on.
Yeah.
We're hanging with our kids. Like
Yeah.
it's basic. But the moment we take a step outside or we're on a live or whatever, we feel like we have to be on. And that can be
Yes.
very mentally exhausting.
Yes.
Because, and I'm not saying that we're different people. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. This is us all the time.
Yes.
But what I mean by on is that people expect us to be social. They expect us to talk to them. They expect us to be welcoming because that's who we are. Man, there are some days where I don't want to talk to anybody. There are some
Yeah.
days where I don't even want to talk to you. There
Yeah.
are some days where I just want to sit there and just be.
I mean, and I think if you express that to people, they're fine. I mean, I told everybody today, I'm not in the mood. You're going to catch me Debbie Downer, pissy Priscilla.
Yeah?
I don't want to talk.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't talk to anybody. I was like, sorry.
Just because you were tired or what?
Just tired. Lifing.
Not feeling it, huh?
Lifing.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it is. You're really good at always just being transparent.
I've always had that ability to just be 100% honest with people
Yeah.
about what
Yeah.
I'm feeling
So you-
because I'm an overthinker.
Yeah.
So because I'm an overthinker, when people act normal with their processing of emotions, I start overthinking it and I'm like, the problem is me. I don't want anybody to feel like whatever I'm going through is their problem. So then I over-explain everything to ensure that their feelings aren't hurt. The problem is me.
You do that a lot.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I'm very transparent because
Yeah.
of that. It's a struggle. And, the reason why we're talking about this now is my wife and I, we had a wonderful weekend this weekend in Houston, where if you listen to our Sunday's show, you'll know everything about that. But we were at a couple of house parties this weekend in Houston, and they were a great time. But when we were headed back home, there was just something different about me. And it's fair to say that something different about me for the past few weeks, maybe more. And I was too busy to really look at it and think about it. And, essentially, I got laid off in mid-August, and instead of mourning my job or the loss of my job, I got kind of pissed off and I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on the show. And I even told you that very same day. I said, you know what? I'm just going to put all my focus in on the show. I'm going to make it as great as I can, and we're just going to do this. And I didn't talk about it. I remember I had a lot of friends that reached out to me, and they messaged me or they would call me, and they'd be like, look, I've been there before. If you need to talk, I'm here. And I'm like, I'm good, guys. Everything is great. I'm great. Don't worry about it. Like there's no problems here. I'm just focusing on the show. I don't worry about me, Argentina, because I'm going to get through this just fine. As soon as we reach the level that we need to reach, then I'll breathe. I'll come up for air.
There you go.
And I obsessed about this show.
Yes.
And I still do. I throw myself into it. I'm constantly thinking about the show. Everything is show.
Yes.
I want it to be perfect. Everything has to go great. I've noticed that I have not been having a very good time lately.
Yes.
In life.
I've
period.
noticed. Yes.
I'm still smiling. I'm still cracking jokes. I'm still being social as people expect me to be. But I am just not feeling myself.
Yes.
And we were talking about it Sunday was we were coming back, and I know that something's wrong. And you were like, you're depressed. And I'm like, I am depressed. I think I am depressed. Which is crazy because I'm on an antidepressant. But
yeah. I think it only covers.
They're not miracle drugs.
They're not miracle drugs.
Yeah.
Like you need a lot more for that, but
Yeah,
you're definitely depressed.
It is what it is. But what I realized was my form of depression, it's not that sad, crying in the dark kind of depression. My depression manifests itself in humor. It manifests itself in overworking and over obsessing about this piece that I have in front of me, this show.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to talk about that because I'm like, damn that. Once we had our discussion and once I realized you had seen it and I was seeing it and I need to figure out how to get back on my routines and I need to figure out how to better organize my time and how to take some time for myself and do all the things that made me feel good again.
Right.
And the more I process that, the better I feel. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And I really, I'm not going to lie. This show was really for me. It's not even for the people listening. I had to have my therapy session. We do this, and really, this show is a form of therapy. We get to talk about all the things that we're feeling and all of this. And frankly, everybody deals with depression in different ways, and people have gotten depressed because of what they're feeling in the lifestyle. Mine is dealing with the lifestyle, but slightly different, because mine is dealing with the lifestyle in this show and the content that we produce and just trying to stay very, very busy. But I do recognize that there is a difference in me now and the me that was around months ago.
Yes.
And so now I know how to fix it, and I'm working on it, and I'm really going to try and see this through. But I wanted everybody out there to know depression and mental health. I've talked about anxiety on this show a lot. I've been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and PTSD, and I have it. It is what it is. We deal with life the best that we can. And it's not always a solution to have pills.
No.
A lot of it is having to learn how to cope.
Yeah.
And having to learn how to navigate. And a lot of times people don't know how to do that. Therapy is pricey.
It is.
It gets expensive.
It is. It is pricey.
Yeah.
But if you need it, there's always a way to find it out there.
There is. And I really think that it's possible. But, I think people need to talk to their spouse more. And I know that we say this like literally
we do.
Almost every show.
I mean, I don't talk to you about everything.
I know, and that bothers me.
It does bother you, but you don't know how to process. Some partners don't know how to process other partners' weight.
Yeah.
It's just something like there should be ways for you to discuss things, but some people just don't know how to process that.
Some people don't know how to process. Some people don't know how to cope.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think you're doing really good. I think you've realized what was the problem, and you've realized where you saw, once it was pointed out to you, you saw the difference. Like you saw, and you're like, oh yeah, maybe I am. And now you're making some changes.
Yeah.
Which is going to be very helpful.
Positive changes.
In your mind, because depression sucks.
Depression sucks. It's not fun. But I will tell you, for all of you listening out there who maybe can relate, who maybe have felt this before, you're not weird. You're not broken.
No.
For needing emotional balance. It is a thing. Don't forget, because we are in this lifestyle, mental health and sexual health, they are connected.
Yes.
So if your mental health is not good, guess what? You're not going to perform very well.
Yeah, that's very true.
If I'm distracted, if I have a lot going on in the brain, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many pills you take. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Really, remember what you're dealing with. Your mental health matters. Your partner's mental health matters. It's important to recognize signs and talk to somebody.
Yes.
And if you've got nobody to talk to, well, guess what? Friends can be a free
We
therapist.
have a confessional.
We have a confessional. We do. If you go to our website, you can put whatever you want there. And guess what? If you really, really and absolutely need somebody to talk to and you have nobody, you can reach out to me. I do make myself available to anybody who needs that
As do
help.
I.
And, that's really the chair that we ask you to pull up at our table whenever you want to join us. You come with your problems, and we'll talk. And if you don't need anybody to talk, you just need somebody to listen, guess what? We can do that too.
Yes.
So I think this was a great discussion that definitely wraps up this week's Quickie. The main takeaway: protect your peace as much as you protect your parts. That's what I think. The lifestyle can be fun as hell, but only if you keep your mind in a good place when you're doing it.
That's right. And if you want to keep this conversation going, you can find us at www.beyond-monogamy.com. And while you're there, check out our events page, drop us a confession, or join our Patreon for bonus behind-the-scenes extras.
That's right. And, I'm still working on the extra stuff. I don't know. Also, don't forget, we're streaming every Thursday on FullSwapRadio.com at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Follow us on all the socials. We got the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok, and we actually have separate TikToks, so you can follow both of us separately. We have our X/Twitter, because nobody knows what I mean when I say X.
We have separate ones of those.
We have separate ones of those as well. And we have our Reddit and Discord communities that you can be a part of. We would love to see you. Please join and shoot us a message. We would love to hear from you. Also, we're on all the major platforms, including YouTube, if you want to see this beautiful mug and this beautiful mug over here sitting next to me. Remember, you don't have to be non-monogamous to enjoy a show about non-monogamy. I feel like I tell everybody that. And with that, thanks for listening. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.